Okay, let's simulate a very simple dynamical system. So, in Matlab, I would like to create a very simple simulation. I have a one-dimensional system that has only one variable, and this variable is its position. So, I can mark my system as a simple slider. There is somewhere a 0 on a singular axis, and I make a note. Here is, for example, 1 in order to have a scale, and here is my current point, my current x1. I am able to move in this abstract dimension, so I can go to the right or to the left, to the positive side or to the negative side. Okay, so how fast do I move? Let's say that I move with a velocity of 1. What happens? Well, if I start here, for example, at the initial x1, so I will mark it as x1 at the time 0, I start in here, I will get a velocity of 1. So after 1 second, I will be at 6. After 2 seconds, I will be at 7, then 8, then 9. How do I make a simulation like that? Well, this is a first order differential equation, so I can actually just solve it like an ordinary differential equation. So in Matlab, I need to create just this function. So I need to create a function that calculates based on time and x1, because this is what I'm given usually at my picture, the time, current time. For example, I start at 0, and current position. And I need to calculate where I will be in the future. So I need a function that calculates the right side of my equation, whatever it is. In our case, it's a very simple 1. But it can be more complicated. It can be a matrix. So based on that, I calculate my function. So let's create an inline function in Matlab. For example, a very basic example of an inline function is an addition. So let's say that I want to create a function add that just adds two numbers, a plus b. Okay, what are the inputs for this function? A and b. So I create an @ sign. This means this will be a function, and in a bracket I give it the parameters ab. That's it. Okay, so if I want to create a dynamical system in here, for example, I will call my system dynamics. It is a function based on the current time on my picture and current x on my picture. I create a function. T and x1 are the things that comes as parameters. And what does this function calculate? 1. And that's it. This function will return 1 for anything you give it as an input. But this is a system. It just moves to the right with a velocity of 1, and that's it. How do you make a simulation where it starts moving actually to the right side? Well, if you have a function, you can just integrate it over time. So you use ODE 45 and you give it the function dynamics, but you also need to specify the time and initial position of the system. So you need to specify the time over which you wish to simulate this system. Let's say I would like to have my first picture at 0, at 5, and then I would like to have a picture every 0.1 second, a set of pictures, and end at 5 seconds. Okay, from 0, every 0.1, okay, every 0.1, up to 5, and then initial position. Well, I have only one, 5. And it will simulate my system. Okay, That's it. You can, of course, store all the information that you simulated. Instead of showing a plot on the screen, you can store the information inside a time and resulting matrix. So you can put something in front to store the information.